to our Power Yoga class today. We're going to actually start on your mat. If you have some blocks, you might need the blocks. So if you can grab some blocks, that'd be a good idea. And we're going to actually start off in a child's pose. And so just tuck your feet underneath, and I want you to close your eyes and just start to let go. Your child's pose can be any variation with your hands as you want. And just start to check in to how you feel. Maybe find stillness. And find some of those places in your body that might be a little active when the body is trying to be still. And that things are still kind of moving around. Notice what parts of the body might call out to you, where you might feel areas of tension or stress, or even your mind might start to wander as you try to kind of still things, quiet things a little more. I always think of stillness as though a black piece of paper, and when you throw a little white dot on the paper, you see it really clearly. And so the stiller we are, we can see the active parts of our body, those parts that won't be still, that sometimes need a little bit of movement. And see if you can breathe into those areas and allow the body to come into this moment of stillness and awareness. Maybe take a few moments to set an intent for your practice, or maybe even a dedication for your practice. Kind of what you want to get out of your experience on your mat today. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to lift up. I'm going to turn towards you, but I want you to stay facing forward. We're going to start to work into the wrists, and I'm going to bring the wrists really close together, and you're going to notice my fingers are spread fairly far out. And I want you to kind of press your fingertips into the mat and move a little side to side. And just notice which hands you might feel a little bit more tension in. See if you can start little circles around the wrists. And again, my wrists are only about an inch apart. If you can, do a few cat-cows, so kind of rounding the spine, pressing up. And then on your inhale, drawing the chest a little through, gaze up. And then exhale round. And inhale. And just one more like that. Exhale round. And inhale. And then I want you to take one hand and face it up and see if you can straighten out the arm. If you can't and that elbow bends, it's okay. And just take a moment, maybe move a little forward and back. If that wrist is up, it's okay. But we want to try to get the wrist down as much as possible. And then release that hand. You're going to turn the fingers in that opposite direction. And this time the left hand is going to face towards the right. And you're just going to move a little forward and back. And when you're ready, pressing the hands forward a little bit, like you're sticky and you're trying to unstick your hands from the mat. And then face yourself forward. We're going to lift our knees. So curl your toes back and just lift your knees and hold here. And start to engage and maybe bring those knees down a little bit more. Stack wrists over shoulders. Hold here for 5. Pull and draw your navel up. 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Step back into your plank pose and pull your belly button up. Staying here for 5. Really pressing through so the shoulders are rounding, pulling the heels back, legs are active. 3, and 2, and 1. And step those knees forward. Again, hovering the knees. Now I'm going to move the knees in and out. And just kind of see if you can move the knees a little forward and back as you do this for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees down, uncurl the toes, press back child's pose. And this time, move your fingers forward, kind of tense your wrists and squeeze your thumb and your fingers towards one another. And then ripple forward, pressing the hands down, curl the toes, lift the knees. Turn the eyes of the elbows in towards one another. I'm going to lift the right leg, and I'm going to bring that right knee in towards the tricep. Hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right foot down, and then lift the left foot. And then on your exhale, pull it in, hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those knees and extend yourself back into your plank. Hold here, pull the navel up, and really press and protract the shoulders out. 5. Keep gazing forward. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back, downward facing. So pressing back into your downward facing dog. And just relaxing your arms a little bit, kind of pressing out. Sorry, I had a hair that was itching my nose. We're going to press back as far as you can and kind of draw your belly button up. Straighten out the arms, straighten out the legs. If the heels are lifted, that's okay. But try to get the hamstrings kind of open here. I'm going to pedal and bring that left knee into a bend. And try to straighten out the right leg. And then bring that left heel down and bend to the right knee and just pull it in and push the back left heel down. And then when you're ready, start to rise up in your toes, gaze between your thumbs, and walk forward on your toes. Lift the hips, so as slowly as you can. Try to keep walking in. Now, if you find a point where you can't go any further, stop there. If you can get your feet all the way between, do that. And then hold here, lift the chest, maybe walk the fingers forward so you can stay up on the toes. Can your hands come to the heart? And find a little balance here. Staying here for 5, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, fold forward. And just let your head hang down for a moment. Sway a little side to side. We're going to inhale, reach and extend the arms out, flat back. Extend your arms, drop your shoulders, take your hands to your heart. So I'm going to bring the toes together to touch. Reach and extend the arms up, drop your shoulders. Exhale, fold. On your inhale, lengthen, gaze forward. Exhale, walk or jump back, plank or chaturanga. On your inhale, peel the heart up and try to push your hips forward a little bit. Let's gaze over the right shoulder. So just give a little bit of a gaze over to the right shoulder. Keep the hips square. Come back to the center and then see if you can gaze over the left shoulder. Come back to the center and push yourself back into your downward facing. We're going to bring that right leg up on your inhale. Bring your knee towards your nose, round your spine. Inhale, extend. Bring the right knee over to the right tricep. Inhale. Bring that right knee over to the left tricep. Inhale. Right knee towards nose, round spine. Hold. 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale, extend back. Bring that over towards the right shoulder. Hold. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, extend. Last one. Over towards that left tricep. Hold there for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, extend. And then open the hip over towards the right. Bend your knee, flex your foot. See if you can push your left heel down. And then square your shoulders so both shoulders are over the mat. Lift that hip up as high as you can. Push more energy into that right arm. Maybe roll out the right foot. When you're ready, we're going to extend the right foot halfway through the center of the mat. And I'm going to extend the left leg up. Walk the hands in, find standing split. Bow. Try to square the hips towards the back of the room. Staying here for a breath. Let the head come down. When you're ready, walk yourself forward and think about hopping the right foot back. So see if you can lift up and just hop it back into your plank pose. Shift forward. Maybe lower that foot down or leave it up. Find chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Left leg comes up this time. Bring your knee towards your nose, round your spine. Inhale, extend. Bring that knee over towards the left shoulder. Inhale. Bring the left knee over towards the right tricep. Inhale. Exhale. Hold here for 3. Try to curl your nose towards your knee. 2 and 1. Inhale, extend. Left knee over towards the left shoulder. Hold 3. 2 and 1. Inhale, extend. Bring that left knee over towards the right tricep. Hold for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, extend. And this time, try to drop the right heel. Open your hip over towards the left. Keep your shoulders squared over the mat. Bring and extend that leg up as high as you can. And then maybe roll out the ankle, pushing more weight into that left hand. When you're ready, bring that hip back over the mat. You're going to lean forward a little bit. Step your left foot about halfway to the center of the mat. And lift the right leg up as far as you can. Walk your hands in, find a little standing split, lifting that right leg up towards the side. Keep the hips as square as you can towards the back of the mat. Pull yourself in a little bit more, finding that standing split. Stay here for 3 and 2 and 1. Walk the hands forward, rise up onto your toes, and see if you can kick back. I'm going to lift that right leg up, shift yourself forward, find chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing, and just staying here for a breath or 2. In through the nose, out through the nose. And spreading out your toes, pressing yourself back, drawing your navel in. We'll stay here for 1 more breath. And when you're ready, let your big toes come to touch. Rise up onto your toes, walk or jump forward on your inhale. Nice and slow. Exhale, lower. Inhale, let's find halfway lift. Exhale, bow. And then start to roll it up and just let your spine kind of open here. Reach and extend the arms up. Find that really nice gentle roll. Press the shoulders back. Take the hands to the heart. Nice. All right, I keep having this hair that is getting in my face and getting in my mouth. And I'm going to push that back so I can talk to you a little easier. All right, inhale, reach the arms up, drop your shoulders. Let's swan dive. Exhale, fold forward. On your inhale, gaze forward halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, walk or jump back. Maybe rise up onto the toes and think about pressing back. On your inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, push back, downward facing. Right leg comes up, right knee towards nose. Round your spine. Inhale, extend. We're going to bring that right knee over towards the right shoulder. Hold there for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale. Let's bring it over towards the left tricep. Hold there for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale. Step the right foot forward a little bit more. So I'm going to round and I'm going to hold here right into the center as slowly as you can. Try to set the right foot down halfway through. Lift the left leg. Now walk the hands in. See if you can start finding a little balance here. So maybe tent the fingers and kind of pull your heart down. You're going to maybe just keep your right hand or your left hand and see if you can grab your right hand around your shin. Reach your left toes up. If you need to micro bend your knee on the right, do that. And keep your hips as square as you can, and maybe that left hand finds the shin. Keep gazing forward and lifting the leg, holding here for 3 and 2 and 1. Plant the hands down. We're going to reach that leg up, switch. So bring that right leg back, shift forward, find chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Left leg comes up. Left knee towards nose, round your spine, push up. Inhale, extend. Left knee towards shoulder, hold here for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, Reach it over towards the right tricep. Hold there for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale. I'm going to bring that knee back in towards the center. Lift up as high as you can, and as slowly as you can, set that left foot down for 3 and 2 and 1. Nice. Reach and extend the right leg up. Find your standing splits on the left side. Square your hips. Walk your hands in. Now, right fingertips might stay down. Left hand is going to come around that calf, and I'm going to pull my right toes up towards the sky. If you've got that and you want to find that balance a little bit more, keep your shoulders square and maybe your hand grabs onto the other ankle. And keep extending, pulling the Uddiyana Bandha in and up towards the spine. And just holding here for a moment. Nice deep breath. When you're ready, hands come down. You're going to lift that right leg up and let that left leg come all the way back towards the back of the mat. Find your chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale. Pressing back, downward facing. We're going to stay here for a breath or two. Allowing yourself to relax. Finding your breath. Finding that internal strength. One more nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Bring your big toes to touch. Rise up under the toes, gaze between the thumbs. Walk or jump forward. Exhale, bow. Inhale, let's lengthen. Exhale, roll it up. Bend your knees this time. We're going to come into our Utthita Parsvakonasana. So reach the arms up. Now, as you're in your Utthita Parsvakonasana, keep sinking back as far as you can. Push your bottom back. Maybe start rising up onto the toes. So refinding that balance. Holding here for 5. And 4. Maybe sinking down a little bit more. 3 and 2. And 1. So you're going to open the knees and you're going to extend the hands down. I'm going to hop back a little bit so you can see me. You're going to find your crow pose. So knees are going to come in, and I'm going to extend myself up, lean forward a little bit. I want to make sure I'm still in the frame. Lean forward, and maybe take the toes up. Try to gaze forward. So you're reaching your heart forward and lifting the heels up. We're going to bring one leg back at a time. So I want you to step your right foot back, then your left. Nice. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale. Press back, downward facing. Right leg comes up in your inhale. Bring your knee towards your nose, and as lightly as you can, step between your thumbs. Find your lunge pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Pull your shoulders back. So I'm going to bring that left leg forward. I'm going to bring the hands to the heart, come into a standing pose. Left knee comes forward, and I want you to take those arms up, extend back, find a little balance. We're going to do 3 more like this. So inhale. Exhale, find that nice deep lunge. Inhale. And exhale. Let's stay up on this one. Inhale, hold up, and then bring that left ankle right over the right knee. Hold your position. See if you can start lowering down a little bit. So as you lower down, you're going to open that left hip. And I might find those hands, maybe the hands come down towards the shin. Keep gazing forward. Try to sink the hip down as much as you can, holding here for 3 and 2 and 1. On your inhale, come back in. Bring that knee up, step back, lunge pose. Reach and extend the arms up. Open warrior 2. So I'm going to take that back leg out a little bit. Reach the arms out. Make sure the right knee and ankle line. Reach forward a little bit and then bring that right arm up, opening your side body as much as you can. And then reach forward. See if you can find hand towards the shin. As you extend, reach the left arm forward, finding Parsvakonasana. So I'm going to keep the hand towards the shin on this one. So I'm finding some stability here. Keep squeezing into the inner thighs and really reaching that left arm forward as you're pushing the hip down. I'm going to bring that left arm up. Let it pull yourself up out of your pose. Cartwheel forward. Right hand comes down, left hand comes down. Spiral on your back toes. Round your back and try to pick up your heel towards your bottom. Send back plank pose. Lower down. Inhale. Upward facing. Exhale. Pressing back, downward facing. Left leg comes up. Knee towards nose. Round your spine. Step as lightly as you can between your thumbs. Find your lunge pose. Inhale. Pressing back. We're going to bring it forward a little bit. So I'm going to shift that weight into that left leg and bring that right knee up. And then bring the arms back, find your lunge. We're going to do that 3 more times. So inhale and exhale. Reaching up, inhale. And exhale, 1 more. Inhale, hold here, and then take that right ankle right over the left knee. Find your chair pose. So you're going to sink the hips back. Keep gazing forward. Maybe the hands come in and find stability by reaching the heart forward as you're pulling the tailbone back. And try to sink down as low as you can, really opening that right hip. And staying here for 5, shifting the weight into the left heel. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, bringing that knee back with you, and then sending it back into your lunge pose. Nice. Open into your warrior 2. So maybe taking that back leg out a little bit, open the arms a little. We're going to reach that left arm forward and reverse, exalt your pose. Really opening this left side body. And then when you can, reach your arm as far forward as you can. So your forearm grabs right around your ankle, open your ribs, and then try to bring that right arm right over your ear. Stay here, breath. Keep opening your hips. 1 more. When you're ready, right arm pulls you back out. Warrior 2. Cartwheel forward. Rotate on your back leg. Round your shoulders, left heel towards bottom, plank pose. Gaze forward, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale. Press back, downward facing. We're going to come right up. So rise up on your toes, gaze between your thumbs, walk or jump forward. Or really jump forward. And exhale, bow. Bend your knees. Let's inhale, reach and extend the arms up. Sink down a little bit. We're going to find, I know I'm trying to move back to stay in the frame. Reach in, rise up on your toes. Finding that swimmer's pose, keep sinking down. Keep going down, shoulders are back, pinkies are in, holding here for 3, and 2, and 1. Open the legs, bring the hands down. Bring the heels down this time. Find a moment for Malasana. So I'm going to find my Malasana. I might separate my feet a little bit. Sit up as tall as you can. Using the elbows to push the knees out, lift the heart. Breathe. From here, we're going to take those hands down, rise up onto your toes, and we're going to come into that chaturanga. Now as I lean forward, I'm pulling my chin forward. My toes are coming up, and this time I'm going to step my left foot back. So left foot's going to go back, right follows chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Right leg comes up on your inhale, knee towards nose. Round your spine, lightly step through, find your lunge pose. Inhale, reach. Bring that back knee down, find that standing pose. And reach yourself back. Inhale. Exhale back. This time, inhale, stay forward. Cross that ankle over. And we're going to bring the right elbow over the left knee. Or over the left arm. So if you're able, you can hook twice, and I want you to think about pulling your belly back and bringing your elbows down towards your knees. A little bit of a karate chop. And inhale, coming up, and bring it down again, squeezing the shoulders back, pulling into your belly, holding here for a breath. On your inhale, slowly extending. We're going to unwind. Keep the eagle arms. Extend the leg back. Bring that heel down. Keep your eagle arms for your 2 legs. So start to shift your weight forward like you're coming into your Parsvakonasana. Keep extending, open. So open your rib cage. Open your shoulders. pushing that weight into that heel. Inhale, coming back, reverse it. Bring yourself back. Open your shoulders, open your heart. So if your legs are the only thing that can help you here, how can I adjust? How can I open? Squeeze the shoulders back. Keep squeezing the heels and the shins towards each other. Come back into the center. Release. So release that bind. This time reach forward. Take the right hand down towards the shin. Parsvakonasana. Now if it's comfortable, left arm comes up. You might find that left hand comes behind the back. You might grab onto the inner thigh. Gaze up. If you have more of a bind, you're going to bring that right arm under. The wrapper is the grabber. So I'm going to use that right hand, grab onto the left wrist. Gaze up. Try to keep the torso lifted when you're doing this. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Maybe straighten out this leg a little bit, and as you do that, don't straighten it all the way, coming into that bound triangle pose. When you're ready, re-bend your knee, release that bind. I know that leg is killing. Reach the right arm down, cartwheeling, rise up onto the left toes, round your back heel towards bottom, step back or float the leg lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Left leg comes up, left knee towards the nose, and as lightly as you can, step between the thumbs. Find your high lunge. Reach the arms up, shoulders are back. On your inhale, bring that right knee forward. Exhale, find your lunge. Inhale. Exhale, find your lunge. One more inhale, stay here. This time I'm going to wrap that right knee around, come into chair legs. So my legs are in chair, left arm is going to come over the right this time. And just keep extending. So your right arm is over your left leg, left arm is over the right. And I'm going to kind of come down, trying to bring the elbows down towards the knees. Round the back a little bit. On your inhale, see if you can come up a little, maybe straightening the spine. Exhale one more time. Coming into it, we're going to hold down here, staying here for 3, and 2, and 1. Inhale, slowly release. Release the legs, step back. Keep those eagle arms. Bring the heel down, so you're going to find those warrior 2 legs and sink down into it. So turn so your body is facing over towards the right side. And you're going to lean forward a little bit. Right in, as though you're coming into that Parsvakonasana. So super strong legs. Tight your glutes and reach your head over. So when your arms can't help you, what are you using? What are you pulling into? On your inhale, coming back to the center, keep squeezing the heels towards each other, and then reach your whole body over towards the back right leg. Exalt your pose. Turn your body a little so your chest is facing up towards the ceiling. Keep bending generously into your left leg and push into your left big toe. On your inhale, come back to the center. Release the arms. Reach forward and find that hand comes down towards the shin. So this left arm is going to line right up with the front of that shin, and I'm going to reach the right arm up. Keep turning the body. And you can bring that right hand back behind you, maybe grabbing on, open the shoulder. If you want to come into that full version of the bind, that left arm is going to come under, and it's my grabber. So the wrapper is the grabber. It's going to grab onto the right hand, and I'm going to keep rotating my shoulder back. Bend your elbow if your shoulder is really hurting you or bothering you. Never hurting any part of your body or sacrificing a part of your body to work something else. Stay here for a breath. When you're ready, release your right arm up and really slowly start to pull yourself back. Warrior 2. Left arm comes down, rotate on the back right toes. Pull your left heel towards your bottom. Step it back and float it. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Whew. Let's stay here for a breath. You're doing awesome. We're going to come into just one more of those sequences. Pressing the heels down. Let's inhale through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. When you're ready, rise up on your toes, bend your knees, walk or jump towards the front of your mat. Exhale, bow. Bend your knees, come through Utthita Parsvakonasana. Reach the arms up. Sink down a little bit more. Okay, this is the last one. We're going to do something a little different on this. We're still coming up on the toes though. So come up into that swimmer's pose. Start to extend the heels together and the toes are out and lowering down. Now pressing the heels together, tuck the tailbone a little bit and see if you can slowly lower all the way down for 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. Press the hands down again. I'm going to push back so they stay in the frame. You're going to bring the hands out a little bit, rise up, and then pull the heart forward. As you do this, lift one leg and see if you can lift the other. Now, keep the left knee on the left tricep and see if you can step the right foot back. And then hop it back forward and then reach it back in. And do the same. So right tricep and knee stay together and just step the left foot back. And see if you can hop it back in. Nice. Full jump back. So gaze forward, lift those toes on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Jump back, jump back. Inhale, upward facing. Nice job. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg comes up. Knee towards nose, round your spine, step forward, and we're going to do something a little different. We're going to come into our Halfmoon pose. So right hand comes down. This is where you can use a block. So on your Halfmoon pose, you might have a block, and that block is going to keep you so you're a little bit more level. I'm going to start to shift the weight into the right leg, lift the left leg behind you. And as you do this, kind of start opening the left hip over towards the left side. And you want to line your right thumb up with your right pinky and keep that leg lifting. Now if you can, start to rotate your whole body so your body is stacked. I always use the ground, so I'm not as stable on the block. Pressing into the right big toe, lift the left leg. Open the shoulders. Now as you do this, maybe gaze down. And if you can, start to slowly take the gaze up towards the ceiling. Lift the inner thigh as much as you can. Reach the fingers up. Holding here for 3. And 2. And 1. Bring the left fingertips down. And turn and rotate your left hip down. Now the left thumb is going to line up with the big toe. And you're going to squeeze the inner thighs. And I'm going to rotate into. So my hips are actually squared over the mat. And I'm going to bring and extend the right arm up and maybe gaze towards that side. Try to pull the left toes so the left toes are facing down. This is your twisted Halfmoon. Maybe gazing up towards the outside of that right thumb, squeezing the hips towards each other, staying here for 3. And 2. And 1. Release the right hand. Bring the hands down. Lift that left leg. Jump back. Find chaturanga. Lower down. Inhale. Upward facing. Chin towards chest. Downward facing. Nice. Left leg comes up. Knee towards nose. Round your spine, and we're going to step that halfway. So again, I'm going to find that Halfmoon. Right leg lifts. I'm going to open so my hips are over this time towards the right side. And now I'm going to tent the fingers on this left hand. Now if you want the block, you can use the block as well. Open your heart and start to extend so your right shoulder is stacked over your left and your right hip is stacked over your left. And then lift that inner thigh as much as you can on the right side. Open the heart and start to extend. Spread all your toes. Maybe reach the fingertips up a little bit more so the whole body is lifting up and the spine is actually really long. Keep extending the gaze upwards, staying here for 3. And 2. And 1. Bringing the right fingertips down. The right thumb is going to align with the left big toe. Point the left toes down. Maybe take your hand to your hip Or you can start to turn so your body is facing this time over towards the left side. I'm going to start to extend that left arm up, stack, and try to lift this back leg as much as you can, holding here for 5. And 4. These are hard to count. 3. And 2. And 1. Release. Both hands come down. I'm going to reach that right leg up, kick that left foot back. Nice. Right leg stays up. Push forward. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, pressing back, downward facing. Right leg comes up. Right knee towards the nose. Round your spine, step between. Rotate into this back leg. So I'm going to come in. I'm going to bring this right elbow right in and rotate yourself over for a moment. See if you can bind this pose. Hand might come down the shin. You might take that hand underneath. And I'm going to pull the shoulders back. And try to keep extending so the shoulders are reaching back as much as you can. Staying here for a breath. Gaze down towards your toes. Shift your weight forward and step lightly towards the front. Now, I want you to take your right hand and kind of squeeze into it. Straighten the legs as much as you can. And then bend your knees. You're going to use the left hand to grab on. Right hand to grab onto the left wrist. So remember, the wrapper is the grabber. And I'm going to rise up onto the right toes. I'm going to push through this left leg. And you're going to slowly start to bring the right leg up towards the ceiling. Pull the belly in. Straightening out, lifting the heart. I know this has been hard for you lately. Pushing up, finding your Bird of Paradise. And you can keep that knee bent. Straighten out the arms and square the shoulders as much as you can. If you find your balance, extend the leg up towards the ceiling. Stabilize the left big toe in and keep breathing, as the breathing really helps the pose. When you're ready, this right foot is going to come down as slowly as you can. Try to press the right foot back to the earth. Step the left foot back. So lifting it back. Nice. Inhale. Coming back. Reaching the arms out. And then take that hand down. Rotate on your back leg. Lifting the shoulders up. Stepping back. Lowering down. Inhale. Upward facing. Exhale. Pressing back. Downward facing. Left leg comes up. Left knee towards nose. Round your spine and step between your thumbs. Rotate your back heel down. Left knee stays into alignment. And again, I'm going to bring that elbow up so I can stack the shoulders. And just see, if the shoulders are stacked, the hips are stacked, then I can take that hand down and I'm going to find a better variation, a better bind. I'm going to bring this left arm around and maybe catch the right hand. Try to pull the right shoulder back as much as you can so you have a lot of space for both your shoulders and your hips. Stay here for a few breaths. Try to push into the outer right pinky toe, lifting the right inner arch, and keep lengthening the torso as much as you can. Gaze down, shifting your weight forward, maybe even walking that back leg in a little bit, and then lightly stepping towards the front. When you're ready, you're going to grab on a little bit more and really hug your left knee in towards your body. Now I'm going to push through the right leg, pull my belly in, and as slowly as I can, start to grow. And just picture yourself growing. Lifting up, straightening that right leg, pushing the shoulders back and down, open your chest. Now you can stay in this bent version, or you can start to extend the leg up. Find your gazes all the way forward and try to straighten whatever you can. Hold here for a breath. When you're ready, bring the left leg down. Start to bend the right knee, pull the navel in, and really slowly bring the foot back down to the earth. Nice. Bring that right leg back. Step it back, open, release the arms. On your inhale, pull back, warrior 2. Cartwheel forward. Let's step that left leg back, lowering down. Inhale. And just move your hips a little side to side. When you're ready, draw yourself back into downward facing. Scissor your knees a little side to side. Rising up on your toes, gaze between your thumbs, walk or jump. And then have a seat, lowering down. This is where you're going to need your blocks. So we're going to work just a little bit into the triceps. This also engages the low core. So a lot of times we're not getting into the transverse abdominals, which is that super low core. And that's where sometimes our back is a little bit weaker. So I want you to take those blocks right next to you and lift up a little bit. Now walk your heels in just a little bit. And as you straighten out, you're going to push your hips back, and then you're going to rock yourself forward into this reverse table. And you can keep your feet about an inch or so apart. And then I want you to press back and try to push up. And then bring yourself into table. We're going to find 10 like this. So pressing up and find that reverse table and squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs when you come into this. So I'm pressing back, bringing myself up, squeezing in. So this is triceps, but I'm also getting a really good abdominal work as well. You've got 6 more. Pressing up, tighten the glutes. And 5. Pressing up. And 4. Pressing up. And 3. Pressing up. And 2. You've got this. Last one. Oh, nice. Step back. Let the arms relax for a moment. Maybe place the palms up. Roll in. You can bend the elbows as much as you need to. This should feel really good on the wrists. So we're going to make it a little bit more challenging. If you want it a little bit more challenging, you can reach those blocks forward, or you can choose not to use the blocks. If you choose not to use the blocks, you have to lift your core up a lot more. So if you want to make it more challenging, again, you're going to bring those weights or the blocks a little closer as you come forward. So when you lift up, you're still going to walk, but you're going to be back further away. So we're going to try this. I'm going to try it without. I might be able to get a few, and then I might have to go to those blocks. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to walk the feet in a little bit, and then press through. Find that table. Now chin towards chest. I'm going to push back, and I'm going to find that table. And exhale, press back. Inhale, find your table, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, pressing back. Inhale, pressing back and up. Inhale, squeeze. Pressing back up, hold. Inhale, squeeze, hold. Let's do 4 more. Pressing back, hold. Inhale, squeeze up, hold. Pressing back, hold. Inhale, squeeze up, hold. Last 2. Pressing back, hold. Inhale, squeeze up, hold. Let's hold this one for 5. Pressing up more, 4. Chin towards chest, 3. Forehead towards shins, 2. And 1. Nice. Inhale. Bring your bottom down. Shake out your wrists. I know they're really sore. So this is a lot of good work for your wrists, but it's really hard on your wrists. So I know that's pretty challenging. All right. So you're going to come onto your back. Bring yourself onto your back as slowly as you can. Try to push yourself down. Hug the lower back down. And bring yourself onto your back. We're going to grab on your knees for a moment. Pull your knees into your ribs. Now I want to make sure my lower spine is down. If you have trouble getting your lower spine down, you're going to take your thumbs underneath. If not, I want you to really push the lower spine down as you extend the legs forward. So you're going to squeeze in, and the knees are going to come towards the chest, And then jackknife the arms over the head. If, again, that's not possible, hands can be under, and it's going to look more like this. So let's do 10. Press back. 9, squeeze. Press back. 8. Press back. So let's inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Exhale. Press the lower back down. Last one. Nice hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, give yourself a hug. Move your legs side to side. So I'm going to grab onto the right leg. I'm going to extend the left leg long. Just reach that right leg up. Roll out the ankles for a moment. And then switch. Bring that left leg in, right leg comes down. And pull the leg in, roll out the ankle. And then bring that left knee over and maybe take both legs so they're crossing all the way so the ankles cross. Reach and extend the arms out and bring the right arm on top of the left. We're going to find those eagles again. So just like we did when we were standing, this is just a different variation, lowering down. So I want to exhale and then inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to go a little faster. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Really push it out. 5. Shh. 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 Last one. Shh. Nice. Release the arms. Let the knees come over towards the right side. And just let the hips relax. Bring the arms. If you need to unwind the feet, you can. And just the arms come out. I might work on pressing that left shoulder down. On your inhale, slowly bring the knees back up and uncross the knees so the right leg comes around. And this time the left arm is going to come on top. We're going to do those little eagle sit-ups. So I'm going to exhale. And you can exhale through the mouth and then inhale down. So shh, 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 shh. Let's do 5 more. Shh, 4, shh, 2, 1. Release the arms, and this time let the knees fold over towards the left. Allowing for this little gentle twist. Bringing those knees back into the center. Unwind your knees, grab onto your knees, roll your spine a little side to side. You might take the back of the legs, roll a little forward and back. We're going to find a back bend or a bridge pose. If you don't have a bridge pose, that's okay, or back bend, that's okay. You can find a bridge pose. You want to take your feet, so your feet are hip distance apart. Keep your thighs. So your thighs are always about a block distance apart. And just like if I had a block between my thighs, I'm squeezing my thighs together, not my knees. So I don't want my knees to go together and I don't want my toes to go out. So I want to really work into the back, not the side of the hips or the legs. So I'm going to slowly push the spine down. And as you do this, I want you to slowly peel the spine up and just feel each part of your spine as it lifts up. Now bring your shoulder blades a little closer together and see, can I lift up a little bit more? Root into your big toes, squeeze your inner thighs. Now push your pinky toes down so all 4 corners of your feet are pressing in. Press your shins forward as though you're trying to push them towards the front of your mat. And reach your hands back. If you have a back bend, press to the crown of the head first. So we're going to do 3 of these. So as you come up, try to squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Root into your big toes and lift your heart up. Maybe the gaze comes down towards the wrist. We're going to stay here for 3. Lift the arches and push the shins forward. 2, and 1. Just lower down to the crown of your head. Now walk your hands towards your ears. Bring your elbows so they face towards the back of the mat, and inhale. This is how I can get a deeper back bend. If that's too much, you can walk those hands out or walk the feet out a little bit. Though the hands are a little bit better to walk out because the feet hopefully are still facing forward. Squeeze the inner thighs and lifting up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, I'm going to drop the crown of the head down, and I'm going to try to walk those hands in a little bit more. Last touch through. 1, 2, 3. Let's inhale, press up. And as you press up, really lift up. Pull your heart up, squeeze your inner thighs, lift the heart, and push the shins towards the front. Keep all 4 corners of your feet down. Staying here for 5, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Lower down. And as you lower down, lower from the upper to the lower. And I want you to stay here for a moment. Maybe a hand on your heart, hand on your belly. Make sure your lower spine is down and just check in. Be present with whatever you put forth today. The nice thing about these live videos is you can see we stumble, we fall. A yoga practice isn't perfect. It's about finding the perfect inside lots of imperfections. And so keep challenging yourself. Don't ever get frustrated when you waver and move around. I waver, move around, and fall a lot. And that's how I learned. If we never fall, or if we're afraid to fall, we don't explore. And when we don't explore, we miss so much of our possible practice. And so from here, you might bring those knees out towards the side. If you have a reclining Parsvakonasana or a Cobra pose, feel free to stay here. If you want to extend the legs out a little bit, finding a softness, or even if you want to keep those knees facing up, but allowing yourself to just fully and utterly relax. See how your body feels now. Notice the little spaces that might not have been quiet before, that might be a little bit more still. The areas of your body you worked a little bit more, the ones that are talking to you. You just start to notice that there's a conversation in your body that's going on. Explore everything. One of my favorite quotes is, get rid of expectations. And I know that seems like a silly thing to say. Expectations are premeditated disappointments. And so when I expect something to happen a certain way, and it doesn't happen a certain way, I get depressed. I get frustrated, but I'm also less willing to see what could happen, what might happen. If I don't have expectations about a situation, a practice, a life could be limitless. But when I have expectations about something, I immediately have limitations. And allow your life to be a little bit more limitless by not expecting anything, just going with your daily flow. So thank you so much for practicing with me today. I recommend you stay in your Shavasana as long as you possibly can. Thank you. Namaste.